Whenever you want to invest for your children, you need to be intentional about it, especially if it is for long term. If it is for short term, you just look for the one that gives you the best return vis-a-vis your risk appetites. But when it comes to investing for long term, maybe you are looking at the next 20, 25 years, 30 years, you need to be intentional about it. It is not every investment that is good for the future, that is good for long term. And I'm going to give two examples that you're going to see behind me. Now, for instance, you may want to invest for them in such a way that maybe by the time they graduate from the university, you want to hand over a particular sum of money to them so that they can start a business, maybe after gaining experience in one or two places of work, and they're now coming back to start their own business. So you want to hand over so that it will give them a leverage, it will be their capital in starting a business, rather than having to struggle from the scratch, or maybe having to borrow from the bank. And even if at this moment borrowing from the bank is not a go-to side. So that's one of the reasons you should consider investing for their future. So it is not just investing in their education, but also looking at what you can do, set aside in order to get them started in life in the future. So we look at two scenarios. I'm not covering real estate investments in this, because real estate investments is another investment you can factor in for them, even though you have to be selective as well. Not every real estate investment you can also do for them. Maybe I will do a separate video on that. But for your children, when we talk about financial assets, let's go into it. Now, Mr. Peter invested 1 million naira at the rate of 18% for 25 years. And at the end, because he invested in an asset or in an instrument that gives simple interest effect, which means there is no room for compounding, there is no room for reinvesting that interest, except he wanted to do it manually, which normally requires discipline. And rather than going through that route of doing it manually or having to discipline yourself, and this having to discipline yourself for 25 years may not be something that how many people can really do it if we were to look at it. So why can't you go the easy route that Mr. Paul went through? And that's what we want to look at. So he invested 1 million naira at the rate of 18% for 25 years in this particular asset, in this particular investment. And at the end, you can see the interest accrued that accumulated over time, which is 4.5 million naira. Now, that is simple interest effect. Because you see some people asking, what kind of investment can I do for my children? Can I do a FGN savings bond for them? Can I do treasury bills for them? If it is short term, you can go for those kind of investment for them. But if it is long term, don't go for that, except you are ready to go through the pain, through the discipline of reinvesting the interest. Because the major difference between compound interest and simple interest is that aspect of reinvesting the interest, which means you getting interest on your interest. And it is called the eighth wonder of the world. It is called the eighth wonder of the world. You will see the difference by the time we are done now. So by the time we add back the capital, which is the 1 million naira, we are going to have 5.5 million naira at the end of the day. 5.5 million naira for 25 years. Now look at Mr. Paul. Mr. Paul invested in an asset that has the compound interest rate effect. Now, he invested 1 million naira, same 18% per annum for 25 years. At the end, see what he has. Over 62 million. So you can see the difference. We have a difference of 57 million naira just because one was knowledgeable about the investment that gives compound interest effect, and the other, which is Mr. Peter, did not have that knowledge. And that's why I usually tell people, invest in knowledge before you put your money in any investment. That's why you see a quote that says that investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Because it is when you have invested in knowledge, that's when you will be able to know which one suits you, which one suits your risk appetite, which one suits your future, which one suits your investment objective and goals. So the question is, what kind of investments can you put your money into that will only be giving you simple interest effects? Number one, treasury bills. Number two, commercial paper. Number 3, FGN savings bond. Number 4, FGN bonds. You know there's a difference between FGN savings bond and FGN bonds. Number 5, corporate bonds. Number 6, fixed deposits. Putting your money in fixed deposit only gives you simple interest. I hope you understand my point. Now, the question is, what kind of investment can you put your money into that has compound interest rates in effect? Number 1 is what we call mutual funds, money market fund, which we call MMF. 3, we have ETFs, exchange traded funds. Number 4, we have index fund, especially for these two. I would recommend the foreign one. Now the last is stocks, dividend paying stocks, and you think a particular concept. I don't know whether it is all the stockbrokers that have it, but I know that United Capital has it, which is DRIP. We call it dividend reinvestment plan, where the dividend that is being paid is reinvested automatically. I hope you understand. So you can see the difference. And if you want to know more about maybe mutual funds and MMF, there is a course on it on cifacademy.com.ng. The link will be in the description below. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, kindly do by clicking on the subscribe button and click on the notification bell so that you can be notified whenever we release a new video. So we meet in our next video. Stay blessed.